Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Spoilers for The Young and the Restless reveal that, even though it's just March, there have already been numerous casting changes this year. Some excellent new enhancements have been made. On January 8th, Nathan Owen appeared on that show as Damian Kane, Jermaine Rivers, but it was later revealed that he was actually Holden Novak. In February, the truth was made public. A favorite exit for fans the program. After playing Jordan Howard from November 2023, Colleen Zank left the show on January 23rd after Jordan passed away from an overdose caused by something in her tea. When playing Abby Newman since 2013, Melissa Ordway left the show in November 2024 when the show terminated her contract. On February 28th, Melissa made a comeback for a few performances. Billy Flynn declared on March 12th that he had joined YNR in an unspecified capacity. Due to Day's 9-month filming schedule, Billy will also continue to play Chad DiMera through the end of 2026. Jordan Howard died. Jordan was enticed to the Newman Ranch by Claire Newman, played by Haley Aaron. Jordan abruptly informed Claire that her drink had been tainted after attempting to murder her. Claire was aware that until she took action to get rid of her aunt, she would always be in danger of her pursuing her family. But Eric Braden's character, Victor Newman, was not pleased. The women's actions infuriated Victor. At the Newman Ranch, Ian Ward was also shot. Ian had intended to murder every Newman while Victor looked on. Ian shot Victor, but Victor rushed Ian and shot Nikki Newman, played by Melody Thomas Scott, as well. Danny and Christine started making love in their hotel suite at the athletic club. Phyllis pressed the fire alarm in the hallway and fled. Danny wanted to make sure they had a long life together, but Christine thought it might be a false alarm. They ran out after hastily getting half-dressed. The club's patrons trickled out, leaving Phyllis waiting at the bottom of the steps. She said that she had just been getting some coffee and orange juice when the alarm went off, after spotting Danny and Christine. Phyllis noticed that the pair were disheveled, and she pretended to feel sorry for them, supposing they had been involved in some sort of incident. Inquiring as to how Phyllis hurt herself over a glass of orange juice, Christine saw that her finger was bleeding. Christine wondered consciously if the alarm had been set off intentionally. Who, wondered Phyllis, would do that? Christine pictured it as a severely disturbed individual who had no interest in diverting emergency personnel from real-world crises. Christine surmised that a poor, insecure woman had yanked the alarm and injured her finger, while Phyllis surmised that the system had malfunctioned. Phyllis was accused by Christine of being unable to bear the idea of Christine and Danny together. Phyllis pretended that she only knew they had been upstairs because they had arrived looking unkempt and half-naked. Christine remembered how Phyllis had made fun of her earlier for being depressed and lonely as a result of Danny's rejection. In fact, Christine disclosed Danny had asked her to accompany him on his tour. Phyllis had followed her upstairs, listened at the door, and gone insane when she learned Christine and Danny were together, Christine guessed. The only crazy thing is that Danny would be interested in someone like Christine, Phyllis said. Phyllis was still on probation, and Christine explained that setting off a fire alarm constituted a criminal. Phyllis responded that Christine was no longer the DA, but Christine imagined examining the alarm for fingerprints or blood evidence. Christine contended that, as a concerned citizen, she could still report the incident. Danny told Phyllis to stop her obsession with him and move on, saying that no one would be phoning the police. With a triumphant look back at Phyllis, Christine followed Danny upstairs. As Christine babbled about how Phyllis had set off the alarm to trick them, Danny ignited the candles again in their hotel suite. Danny proposed that he and Christine continue where they had left off, reasoning that even if Phyllis had done it, it had been a foolish move that had failed. He put the music back on and made a light-hearted remark about how much clothing Christine was wearing. She started taking her blouse buttons off. Danny traced the words "I love you" on Christine's bare back and sprinkled flower petals over her after they had sex. She rolled over in bed and declared her love for him as well. They shared a kiss. At the bar of the athletic club, Phyllis said that it was never too early to celebrate with champagne and that she was removing Danny Romalotti from her life. Why would Danny want the bug to accompany him on tour when he could have had Phyllis? Phyllis complained that Danny had no taste in women. She couldn't care less what they did, so she determined to put her life back on track and get rid of them both. Audra asked Sally if she wanted company at society. In order to avoid reading an article about a highly successful design firm that wasn't Sally's, Sally invited Audra to join her while she waited for Adam. Audra said she could need someone to rant to, so she welcomed Sally to do so. With Tucker, Sally guessed, things weren't going much better. Audra stated that she had attempted to follow Sally's counsel and defend their relationship, but she had come to the conclusion that it was not worth preserving. Perhaps it had been love, Audra thought, but it had been folly. Audra had been insistent about her affections for Tucker and their special bond, Sally remembered. It didn't imply it was healthy, Audra complained. Tucker had vowed to love her and to be the one, but he couldn't seem to let go of Ashley, who was there every time they turned around, Audra recounted. Audra disclosed that she had threatened to leave if Tucker didn't cut Ashley off. He had made the ludicrous accusation that Ashley was suffering from psychological problems, she added. Ashley was one of the most stable and self-assured persons in town, Sally complained. Audra speculated that either Tucker had made it up as a reason to remain in Ashley's life, or Ashley was making it up to get Tucker back. Audra proclaimed that she was done with Tucker because she couldn't continue to put herself through it. Adam later joined Sally, who asked about the OCD specialist follow-up session. According to Adam, Connor was having emotional difficulties regarding his diagnosis and available treatments. Adam went on to say that his son had begged him to go back home, but he didn't think that would last long if Chelsea and Dr. Olcott won. Adam revealed with tears that Connor had expressed his self-hatred. Sally recommended that they speak in a more private setting. Adam said in Sally's hotel room that Dr. Olcott had suggested that Connor attend a residential treatment facility. Perhaps Connor needs a specific location to receive targeted assistance, Sally thought. Adam lamented that Connor had expressed little interest in participating, and the youngster had pleaded with Adam not to force him to go because he had a hard time adjusting to new situations. Connor had adjusted to his new school and enjoyed it, Sally noted. Adam revealed that Connor had had a more difficult time than they and Chelsea had anticipated. Adam clarified that Connor had both good and bad numbers, and that he was afraid of some of them. Sally mentioned that the facility would be helpful to Connor and that it must be exhausting to be continually calculating to make sure the numbers didn't cause trouble. Adam spoke into detail about the exposure and prevention treatment's goal of evoking people's fears and teaching them to control their obsessive behaviors in response. While Adam was concerned that it would further exacerbate Connor's anxieties, Sally felt it sounded promising. Chelsea was upset that he had agreed to take Connor home because she had been prepared to send their son off that day, according to Adam. Adam believed that the doctor and Chelsea were conspiring against him in order to carry out the plan. Given that Connor's life would be affected by the choice and the label, he questioned whether it would be detrimental to take some time to seek a second opinion. Adam wondered why his desire to ensure that they were doing morally made him the adversary. Sally reassured him that since Connor's safety was at risk, applying the brakes was reasonable. Adam moaned that Chelsea wanted to implement the plan right now and was completely on board with the doctor's wishes. Adam struggled to keep up with the rapid pace of events, remembering the despairing expression in his son's eyes and Connor declaring himself mad. Adam was having a hard time accepting that Connor was seriously ill, and Sally could tell he was scared to commit to a plan. Adam claimed to have discovered that Connor's worry might make a routine circumstance seem like it would endanger the boy's life. Adam thought about how he had been unaware that his intelligent, compassionate boy, who had his entire life ahead of him, had been going through that kind of suffering. Adam was comforted by Sally, who hugged him and told him not to be hard on himself for feeling anything for Connor's illness. Adam believed that if he had been around more, perhaps none of it would have occurred, but Sally ordered him to stop. Adam wishes he had greater self-assurance in his course of action. Sally told him to concentrate just on helping Connor get through it and not on how it affected him. Jack came down the stairs at the Abbott mansion to find Ashley in sweats and pigtails, eating popcorn, giggling at something on her tablet, and sporting headphones. "How you doin'?" she asked, taking off her headphones as he screamed her name loudly. He said he had no idea she had so much spare time, and she cried out that she was binge-watching season 3. It kept her out of danger, Ashley joked, and she offered to pause the show if he wanted to discuss business or something. Ashley binge-watching a comedy in the living room wasn't typical, Jack noted. Who says? She shot back. Jack said Billy had told him that when he'd seen Ashley at society, she hadn't seemed like herself. Ashley countered that since it was less expensive than the alcohol he consumed, she had chosen to watch the show while relaxing at home. She recommended that Jack give it a try sometime. She grumbled about her family's unrelenting criticism of her. She said angrily, "What do you all want from me, anyway?" Ashley said that she had gone through a difficult period with Tucker and apologized to Jack if her viewing of a sitcom had offended him. Jack acknowledged that she was free to do whatever she wanted to distract herself from Tucker, but he thought it was a haphazard method. When Ashley insisted that she needed a vacay, Jack suggested that she and Tracy visit a sunny beach. Ashley strolled off after haughtily clarifying that she wanted a holiday apart from her family. Her own voice warned her that she was arousing suspicion and that she wasn't strong or healthy enough. Her attitude abruptly shifted as the voice insisted that she relinquish control. Tracy came into the room searching for Ashley while Jack cleared away the mess Ashley had left behind. Jack revealed that when he had walked in on their sister, who was giggling like a teenager and watching a sitcom on her tablet, she had rushed out. Tracy reasoned that it was preferable to Ashley's recent prickly demeanor, but Jack asked when Ashley had ever been known to binge-watch anything. Jack was concerned that Ashley's entire manner had appeared to be out of control, but Tracy argued that people needed escape. Even though Ashley claimed to have moved past the situation with Tucker, Tracy questioned whether she was still in the process of healing. As Jack and Tracy talked about Ashley's difficulty accepting that she had been mistaken about the violent nature of her disagreement with Tucker, Ashley, who had changed into a more elegant outfit, listened in from the stairs. Ashley told them to quit psychoanalyzing her and chastised them for it. Ashley pronounced Paris's riddle solved and chastised her siblings for discussing Tucker more than she did. Despite Ashley's insistence that she wanted to move on, the two of them were secretly discussing getting her committed for watching a comedy. Tracy felt Ashley couldn't hold them responsible, but she apologized if it appeared they had been hovering. Ashley wanted to get on with her life, so she spat that she did blame them. She yelled, "So, back the hell off and let me," as she left despite Jack's objections. Jack considered letting go and letting Ashley handle things the way she wanted to. Tracy believed that would be a grave error. Since he couldn't even inquire about Ashley's well-being without receiving a scolding or a tantrum, Jack wasn't sure what else he could do for her. Ashley was quite humiliated, and Tracy thought that her attitude was the result of her experiencing their judgment beneath the surface. Ashley, in Jack's opinion, had come across as completely confident. Tracy had kept a tight eye on Ashley, and something seemed strange, so she wouldn't let it go. Tracy revealed that her instincts were telling her that it was more significant than Ashley's infatuation with Tucker.